There is something about drawing on the power of God when you make a plan for something, expecting God to come in and asking God to come into that. He'll make a way in the plans through the plans that you've made, but you got to give it to Him. You got to give Him something to work with. You understand? If you don't give Him something, He won't touch it. When we came to the US, I said, God, now you have to understand, when God spoke to me the first time to start a church, I said, don't speak to me. Go speak to one of the other couple thousand preachers that is anointed. They'll do it. Don't speak to me. I'm not dealing with this. Because I was doing travel in ministry and I was having a business and then another business. But at the same time, I was doing travel in ministry. I said, listen, use me there. You've been using me there. Why are you disturbing me? Go and speak to them. I don't want to do this pastor thing. Go speak to these guys. Yeah. So now 2 years into pastoring, I'm like, now I started this church from the ground up. Like there was nothing. If I say nothing, I mean nothing. And very little support. I'm like, God, I told you I don't want to do this. Now I'm in this situation. What are you going to do? Now, of course, He gave me a word through another prophet and then through another man of God and I'm like, every time I was like, no. And then finally I realized, well, God must be speaking because there's no way He wasn't speaking, you know. I sat in my office and there's a song that just came on by a man by the name of Godfrey Birdle. Just one touch from the King changes everything. And I was like, okay. And then, you know, God started moving and stuff like that. So He was always faithful. But, you know, when we came here, I said, God, I'm not pastoring again. That's it. I'm done now. Like, done it for a little over 10 years. And I don't want to do this. I'm going to do travel in ministry. So we started planning everything. So I said, okay, I'm going to buy an RV, a proper one, and we're going to travel the country, and I'm going to preach all over the show. Got everything set up. And I mean, in 2020, gave the church over. In 2020, we already came here, spent some months in Colorado. God moved mightily. I mean, He just provided for us. And, you know, I was like, yeah, no, this is the right way to go. But I had everything planned out. Now, I'm telling you the story because I want you to see the pattern of how God works when you give Him something. We go to Prophet William's church. We haven't seen William in a long time. It's about a 2-hour drive to get there. Let's get in the car and go see William, you know. Now, in the meantime, Tom has been trying to convince me to take over a church in the US. I'm like, brother, bad idea. Don't think you're hearing from God right now? Bad idea. Can't be Jesus. So we come there, and William's like, brother, come here. I'm like, oh God. Brother, you're going to take over a church in the US. I mean, I about fainted. But you understand what I'm saying? Within 3 weeks after he gave us the word, Tom phones. He says, brother, this is not the same church I told you previously. And said, if you're remote, now this is his exact words. I can show you the message. His words was, if you are even, because I told him I'm not interested. So he said, if you're even remotely interested, I suggest you call this guy. Now we planned to come to the US. We like, okay, we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like, but we got the thing planned out, right? You got to give God something to work with. God cannot work with nothing. You've got to give Him something to work with. When you give God something, He will bless it. It might not be what you think it's going to be. Probably going to be way better. But you've got to give Him something to work with.